the world of make-believe. But I found out the curtain never comes down on the real things that happen on the street of dreams. That's why I gave up acting to become a private investigator. For a little girl with plenty of talent who needed a break. That's how I happened to be there when it happened. Hi, Paul Sanders. Hello, Johnny.
Oh, Johnny!
Hi, Laura, honey.
Oh, Johnny, how wonderful of you to come. I promise to give the best performance of my entire career as understudy.
Your big break will come soon, Laura, me darling. I know. It's in your stars.
Not if they're female stars, Johnny.
Forget it, Laura. I have news for you. I just spoke to Harold Berthel about the second lead in his new play, and he wants to speak to you.
Oh, Johnny.
Hey, darling, what's the matter?
Helene, you're ill.
Come on back and lie down. I'll get a doctor.
Out of my way. You said you'd get what you wanted. No matter what. But I didn't think you hated me enough to do it this way. You dirty little...
Better make a curtain speech, Paul.
I'll call an ambulance.
Make it the police instead. She's dead.
And so, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it must be clear to you that Miss Laura McKay is innocent because the evidence gathered by Mr. Johnny Midnight points clearly to someone else. Someone who wanted Helene Winters out of the way. And that someone is... Boss, you're just in time. Who really did it? But do not keep the jury in suspense. Who really killed Helene Winters?
Apparently, Laura McKay. So says the jury.
What do you say, boss?
Nothing, Aki. I have nothing to say, because I haven't been able to come up with one shred of evidence to help prove that Laura McKay is innocent.
All the time you cleared people. People you really didn't know or care about. Anyway, not like Miss Laura.
Yeah. Now, when it counted, I struck out.
Anything I can do, Johnny?
No. She looked to me, Aki. I was the one person she thought would clear her. I was going to be her savior. I guess I figured I would be. Only I didn't make it. And so one of the most talented actresses I've ever known and one of the loveliest human beings I've ever known goes to state's prison. Laura McKay, a convicted murderess. Can you believe it, Aki?
No, boss. Not us. We'll never believe it, Johnny.
Sure. I don't know what good that's going to do Laura. It won't make the days and the months and the years in prison any shorter.
I know one thing, boss. The day she gets out, I know where you'll be.
I hope it'll do some good, Aki. I hope it won't be too late. A lot of plays that opened on Broadway had good runs and closed. Since that night, the curtain came down on the career of Helene Winters. A sleeping drug in her dressing room coffee had killed her. And while the jury conceded that overdosage might have been accidental, it nevertheless believed Laura had drugged the coffee to give herself a chance at Helene's role in the play. And Laura had gotten 5 years for manslaughter. But after serving 3 years and 3 months, she was being released now, without parole, a free woman. Anyway, free physically. Can I give you a lift, lady? Laura, let's go home. Come on.
No, Johnny.
What do you mean, no, Johnny?
I can't go with you.
Oh, why? Do you have somebody else waiting for you?
No.
All right, then. Come on.
Johnny, listen to me, please.
All right, but make it short. You know we got miles to go and a day to keep.
I can't go back to New York.
Laura, what are you saying?
It isn't that I don't want to. I want to more than anything else in the world. But I can't go back to New York with nobody believing in me.
Laura, I believe in you, just as I did then. Laura, I've never forgiven myself for your being up here because I know somewhere there must have been some shred of evidence that would have blasted their case against you wide open, only I failed to come up with it.
But everybody else still believes I did it. That's why I can't go back, Johnny, don't you see?
Laura, listen. There's a new outfit waiting for you in the car. Thanks to good old Jenny, we can stop somewhere on the way back and you can change.
Johnny,
And Laura, when we get back to town, there's a great big surprise in store for you. Only, if you don't want it, you can go whenever you like. And no questions asked. Okay? Come on, let's go home.
And I do admit that I was prejudiced. It's quite possible that you were unjustly convicted of the death of Helene Winters, and if that's true, I want to humbly ask your forgiveness for believing you guilty and for testifying against you. And now, Laura, let's all forget the past and welcome back to the theater.
I'll drink to that.
Mr. Truex, I have discovered, is prone to drink to anything. But for this, there is occasion for all to take a drink.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. DeMay.
How about that, sweetie?
Thank you.
I think I shall take that drink, Aki.
No, thanks. That's not what I want when a beautiful girl is in my arms, huh? Paul, that was beautifully said and done.
It certainly was. From the bottom of me heart, Mr. Dumaine. And nowhere but in a pub in Ireland could you heard it said prettier.
Oh, Johnny, it was a wonderful surprise. Thank you.
Say, wait a minute now. That was only the intro.
There's more?
Yeah, surely. Paul?
Well, quite candidly, it was only a scheme of mine to separate Johnny from a portion of the midnight fortune. And incidentally, to con him out of his theater. At any rate, tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock on the stage of the Midnight Theater, I shall hold the first reading of a great new play, in which, by the way, I shall introduce to Broadway in the leading role a bright and shining new star, Miss Laura McKay.
Hey, here goes.
Excuse me.
What a terrible shock to give the poor darling. You ought to be shot. And then made a saint to be praised.
Women.
Yeah, but name something better.
Don't name it. Just pour it.
Honorable playwright never does things in halves, but in fifths.
Paul, thank you very much.
Not at all, Johnny. I got to run.
Right. I'll make sure that Laura stops crying by rehearsal time tomorrow night.
Okay, good night.
Right, good night.
And the part of Mary Southern is an actor's dream. She runs the gamut of emotion from A- to Z+.
Just play it natural, honey.
Now I'll call your leading man over to meet you in the... Mark, I thought you were still in London.
6 hours ago. You didn't suspect this story was big enough to hit the cables? Obviously not.
Well, I had...
Have you flipped your wig, Paul?
What does he mean by that?
Nothing that can't be resolved privately between you and me, Mark.
We're going to resolve it now.
Mark.
You've been away so long, maybe you're not up on things around here.
Well, she knows that your career as an actor ended with Helene Winters' death and that you went to work as Paul's assistant, if that's what you mean.
You need a little updating yourself, Midnight. I made good with Paul. I'm his full partner. And you want to give the biggest acting plum in 10 years to the gal that murdered the greatest actress you ever created.
Never mind that.
You're not in this.
I'm in it with my dough and my theater, and Laura is my friend.
But Helene Winters was my friend, and Laura McKay is out. Out!
What about that, Paul?
Guess you think you could be a little generous. You've done pretty well since Helene died.
Pardon me, I thought our association had been mutually profitable.
Well, this is fantastic. I didn't think anybody ever told off Paul to me.
I'm terribly sorry, Johnny. I had no idea that Mark was so vindictive.
Never mind. I knew it was too good to be true.
You were finished in the theater 3 years ago. Make up your mind to it. There's nobody on Broadway to hire you except Paul, and I won't let him.
I'll take it easy.
So hit the road where they don't care who they buy their talent from.
Where's Laura?
She's gone, Johnny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we might all be, Paul. I've been everywhere I can think of, Billy, and no luck. Look, you and Aki stick there and keep your fingers crossed that she calls or shows up. I'm going over to Santa's place. I want to talk to him. I want to find out why he's so hot for revenge on Laura after 3 years. Right. Well, I didn't want to be the one to give the incriminating answer, so I called the police and said I was a neighbor. That my wife thought she had heard some shots earlier in the building next door. And then I hung up.
They probably found him by now.
Yeah.
Miss Laura.
Aki, here's Mr. Johnny.
Laura.
Johnny, I'm sorry I ran out on you the way I did.
Well, that's all right, sweetie. Where have you been?
Walking.
For 2 hours? Just walking?
I had a lot to think about.
Well, where'd you go? Who did you see? Or better, who saw you?
What?
Laura, can you prove that you've just been walking for 2 hours?
Prove it. Johnny, what do you mean?
Laura, you're in trouble. Mark Sanders is dead. He's been murdered.
Murdered?
Yes. I went to his place a while ago to straighten him out about you. But somebody'd gotten there first.
So that's it. You think I did it?
No, you know I don't believe that. But look, the police have probably found him by now. And when they backtrack to Paul and what Mark did to you at the theater tonight, they're bound to think that you did it, and we've got to have an alibi for you.
What's wrong with the truth?
Miss McKay. Hello, Johnny. Looks like history's repeating itself, eh, Johnny? Same story all over again.
Johnny.
Take it easy, Laura. Take it easy. I had to call you for a lookout, Billy, in case the homicide boys came back for another look around.
It's all right. I was glad to get away from the bourbon that was winning.
Santa's apartment is on the top floor. Give me a ring on that buzzer, huh, if company comes.
Right.
When you didn't come down in 30 minutes, I thought I'd better check.
Must have gone down the stairs and out the back way.
Well, nobody came in or out the front.
Well, I guess I deserve to literally have it beaten into my head. At least now we know that Laura didn't kill Sanders.
Do we break the news to Draco?
Oh, all I have is a lump in my head that I can't explain how I got. Because I'm not supposed to be here. Well, it's a safe bet that he beat it after he slugged me. Because whatever he was looking for must still be here.
Like hidden loot, maybe?
Oh, you don't shoot a man 3 times for his money.
No, I'd call 3 shots hate shooting.
Whatever he was looking for, he killed Sanders for it. So he must have known it would incriminate him.
Well, then why didn't he look for it right after he shot Sanders?
Oh, shots make noise. You don't stick around after that. As a matter of fact, I'm sure he didn't stick around. Because there was a fresh drink next to Sanders' body and the ice cubes hadn't melted yet.
But he'd gamble on the police finding it before he had a chance to? Not unless he knew there was somebody else who would be an instant suspect. And that's not likely.
Wait a minute. Maybe he did know. And if he did know that somebody else would be the prime suspect, he must have known that it would be Laura. And he must have known why Laura would be suspected first. History repeating itself. The same story all over again.
Huh?
Oh, something Lieutenant Drago said about Laura. Only now, it could be applied to...
Wow. Sanders' killer?
Who also killed Helene Winters. Well, when the company comes tonight, we're going to shred this place until we find what it was he was looking for. You start over there.
But who is it, Johnny? Who?
Well, right now, it's just an educated guess. I want to make sure. Whatever he was looking for, we've got to find it. Come on, let's get moving.
This tears the rag off the bush.
Yeah, but it's still not proof.
What, do you want a confession?
Well, it's always going to take that to spring Laura. Maybe I can get it if I'm alone when he comes back here.
Comes back with you still here?
Well, there's a chance, but not if we're both here.
Oh, but he went out the back. He didn't see me.
Yeah, but he had plenty of time to case the front and spot you before you came up. And that's why, in about 5 minutes, you're going to walk out of here, and you're going to flag yourself a taxi in plain sight. Here. Take this, put it back behind the picture where I got it. Why, Paul.
I'm a bit surprised, too, Johnny, to see that it's you here. I saw the light on from the street. Naturally, I assumed that it was the police trying to shed some further light on Mark's murder.
Oh. You didn't know that they were holding Laura?
The lieutenant told me they were going to arrest her after I was questioned earlier. I phoned your place. Your houseboy told me they had. I had to tell them what happened at the theater, Johnny. There were too many unbiased witnesses for me to try to cover up anything. I'm terribly distressed about it all. I just can't believe that Laura could have done such a thing.
I can't believe it either.
That's why I came over here. I felt that knowing so much of Mark's personal affairs, I might be able to find something that would point the finger of guilt at someone else.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. But so far, no luck. I think I'll try this side of the room again. You want to join me? You know, this didn't have to happen, Paul. I never would have let you offer Laura the part if I'd known that Sanders had become your partner.
As I said at the theater, I had no idea that Mark still felt so vindictive toward Laura.
He didn't. He just pretended to be.
Pretended?
He was afraid of it.
Afraid of her? Why, Johnny?
He didn't want her around. That's why he grabbed that jet plane back from London. He heard you'd cast her in the play.
I don't understand.
He was afraid Laura's presence in New York might revive interest in the Helene Winters killing. Might bring about some embarrassing disclosures. Things were going too well for him to have this happen.
Can't you be a little less cryptic, Johnny?
You said yourself that things were better for Sanders since Helene's death than before. Thanks to you.
Oh, that? You mean the partnership thing?
Why don't you see if you can find a prize in one of these, huh? I don't get it, Paul. I don't let a no-talent guy like Sanders ever wangle a partnership with a producer like you. One of the most independent producers that the theater has ever known. He did say your relationship had been mutually profitable. So maybe he did have something that you wanted. Was that it, Paul? Was that what he had that you wanted, huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dear Mark, Paul suspects us. I'm so terribly afraid of what he might do if he ever really found out. He's so insanely jealous. So let's just play it like friends for now. Please destroy this. I love you, Helene. I didn't realize who slugged me a while ago until I started adding things up. And then I found that note which proved my arithmetic was right. And I knew you'd have to come back to finish looking for it.
Only to protect Helene's memory.
I mean, only to prevent the police from finding out who really killed Sanders and Helene Winters.
Why, Johnny, that's ridiculous.
Oh, save it, Paul. When Helene was killed, Sanders figured out why. So he flashed a note on you that he'd been saving just in case. He went along with framing Laura, and he got himself a partnership. You sweated that out until Laura got out of prison, because you figured that she'd be a perfect frame for the murder of Sanders, too.
None of which this note proves.
And yet you killed a man to try to get it. Well, you got away with one killing. You were crazy to try an encore.
No, Johnny. Mark refused every offer I made to buy this. I had no choice but to kill him. I paid too high a price for this to let it destroy me, Johnny. With the note and Mark both gone, it's only your word against mine that it ever existed.
Sorry, Johnny. I was afraid to butt in while he had a gun on you. You might have got hurt.
It's all right, Lieutenant. Yeah, I don't think there are any words missing. Well, Paul?
Laura will be a great star one day, Johnny. I'm sorry I'll miss her debut.
I'll send you the notices. And when Lieutenant Drago let her go, he said, "Well, Miss McKay, I guess this proves that justice is not dead." And Cutie Pie here said, "Oh, that's a break. Well, you might have tried to pin that on me, too." Laura, welcome home again.
I think you're wonderful, Mr. Midnight.
Careful now. You don't want to ruin a beautiful friendship. Well, what do you...